friends, this is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and today I want to talk about Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker Episode 9 and give you my full breakdown. Now this is going to be heavy with spoilers, and I just want to say, if you haven't seen it right now, go and see it. This is my recommendation and overall my feelings on the film. It is a good film. It has a great story. It is entertaining from start to finish. It does a great deal of fan service. It is a lot of fun, and there aren't any major awkward moments for me. There weren't. I know that there are some for some like super fans or some for very eagle-eyed fans, but things that I didn't necessarily notice. I have seen it twice and I really enjoyed it. Now overall I give this movie a 7 out of 10. That is where the non-spoilers end. From start to finish, I thought this was a great film, and a great film. It was a good film. It was very entertaining. It was very fun. There are some major problems that I have with it, and they all, many of them stem with me being a huge fan. As a big fan of the Star Wars universe, I really liked it, but at the same time, I didn't. One of the major things that I didn't like about this is the first trilogy, which is the original trilogy, focused on the Skywalker family, introducing the Skywalker family, introducing Leia and Luke and you know, Daddy Vader. Then the previous trilogy, the prequel trilogy, focuses on Anakin and his fall. Shouldn't this focus on how Ben Solo overcomes the dark side and then does what his father couldn't, or his grandfather couldn't? And my thought would be yes, it should be. But Kylo Ren wasn't the focus of this film, or especially the focus of this series. The focus of the series was Rey. Now, I liked Rey. I thought Rey was good. I thought she was fun. I thought she was a great character. But Ben should have been the focus of the trilogy. If Ben wasn't the focus of the trilogy, it really bugged me, because then he doesn't survive, right? I thought everything leading up to that was awesome. I thought that the way that the episode 7 ends by kind of throwing back to episode 9, that scene with Kylo or Ben and Han, I thought was awesome. I thought was so moving, and I completely understand that they were probably going to have Leia there instead of Han, and that makes sense with Leia not being alive, with Carrie Fisher not being around anymore. It makes sense that they used Han. What bugged me is when he turned around, he threw the saber. I thought that was awesome, very symbolic, very, you know, over the top symbolic gesture. But when he turned around, there should have been someone else standing there. And the person that should have been standing there should have been Anakin Skywalker. And Anakin should have had this moment and said, "This is why I turned to the light. You had all of these moments, but this is why I turned to the light." That should have been something. Even if it wasn't Anakin, it should have been Luke that stepped up. I mean, Luke was his original teacher, and that would have been awesome. But it didn't happen, and I'm still content with it being Han, right? I still like that moment. I love that there is a redemptive aspect to this. I thought that was great. As a religious person, celebrating Christmas today as I make this video, I loved the redemptive aspect of that. Originally, when Kylo killed Han, I was like, F no. No, there's no redemption for that guy. He killed Han. There's no saving him. Patricide is wrong. I mean, patricide is wrong. And we forgiving it is going to be difficult in any level. But I love that he could have been redeemed, and the way that he was redeemed. I really wish that they would have fleshed out Leia's sacrifice a little bit more, because that was, even on my second viewing, I still feel like there was something that I didn't truly understand about that. Yes, Leia reached out to Ben. Yes, she got his attention. Yes, it made Rey do what she did. But at the same time, I just feel like there could have been more to it. So as far as that goes, I'm a little bothered by the focus. I love that the sequel trilogy focuses on Rey. I think that Rey's a really good fleshed out character. I think that Episode 9 did that. It fleshed out the character of Rey very effectively. It answered a lot of the questions that fans have been wanting, while leaving enough for ultra fans like myself to be able to pull from comics and books and TV shows and now live action TV shows, not just cartoons. I think that's awesome. I absolutely do. I just wish they fleshed some of those things out a little more. The one big problem that I see was people saying, oh, well, the way they introduced Leia. Yeah, or the way that you used Carrie Fisher, I don't think that there was any way they could have done it differently. I think J.J. Abrams did a fine job. Unfortunately, I just wish they would have used a double, someone else to be able to flesh out a few more characters. On a rewatch, I noticed that her lines they really only did use scenes from the past, and while they did that effectively, I wish they would have done more to it. Now, I've never made a secret to this. I love the books, and I probably love the books more than I love the movies, and this is a book that I am very excited and very much looking forward to seeing. Or to reading. And one of the things that I hope is they add some of those things that they didn't add in the movies. I want to see Anakin in the book. And from what I understand, they pulled Anakin out for time, and hopefully they can fix that in the book. I will be a little upset if he's not, but at the same time, I'm sure it'll still be fine. Overall, guys, I think that this is a really fun movie. And again, my big problem with this movie is it didn't have the things that I, as a super fan, wanted. It didn't have Thrawn. It didn't have Ezra and Sabine. It didn't have Hera that we know of. And it didn't have Ahsoka. Now, again, it had some of those characters and voices, so we know that at least they've passed on, at least they've connected. I don't know, guys. I really wish they would have added a little bit more. But again, my problems with this film are only problems that I, as a super fan, have. And not really as far as the story goes. As far as the story goes, I think this was a great way to wrap it up. But these are just my opinions. What did you think of Episode 9? Have you seen it? How many times have you seen it? What were your big problems with it? What were your little problems with it? What did you absolutely love about this? I loved the heavy lightsaber duels between Kylo and Rey. I loved the connection with Palpatine. The whole look of Palpatine was awesome. The Sith Temple I thought was great. But what about you? What did you like? What did you not? Leave a comment in the section below. Let me know. Let's talk about this. Check out the links below. If you didn't get everything that you wanted for Christmas and you want an Audible book, check the section out. There is a link for 2 free Audible books in the section. There's some wonderful books. There are some wonderful books that have led up to the Rise of Skywalker, and they're great. They are absolutely great. They do help flesh out the story, and every time you subscribe, if you do a free trial, you get 2 free books. You help out the channel, and it's wonderful. This has been Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and as always, smile and stay nerdy, and Merry Christmas.